What's up, everybody? It's your boy Malcolm the Goat. I'm back with another episode of Ball with MTG, episode 9. Turn the 6 upside down. It's a 9 now. Oh, snap. Quoted that from Drake. Shout out to Drake. We all know that he's doing some big things. But episode 9, we're going to discuss the top 2 candidates for the 2020 NBA season. So stay tuned because Ball with MTG starts now.
Yeah, the rollie catch you by surprise. I put myself on the line, betting on myself 1,000 times. Promise I'm trying to get right. Yeah, the rollie catch you by surprise. Tell me how you really like.
What's up, everybody? Like I said, episode 9. I'm so sorry that I be so hyped like at the beginning of these episodes because each new episode is just a different blessing, and I just gotta thank God for this opportunity that He's given me to do this. And so I don't know, I'm just always excited to record a new episode. I'm always motivated to do a new episode. So my bad. Well, I'm not going to apologize for you're just going to have to deal with it if you're going to listen. I'm just extremely blessed right now, so biggest shout out goes out to God. But yeah, let's just dive right into this episode. So we all know the 2020 NBA season has been one of the strangest seasons. Probably will go down as one of the weirdest seasons to ever happen. One of the weirdest years just known to man, just in general. I'm not even going to try to say that the basketball is the only thing that's been affected because it hasn't. Literally everything has been affected. Literally our daily routines will never be the same anymore. So think that a lot of things have gone on and this has been the weirdest season. But before all of this stuff has happened, we were seeing some beautiful basketball, like I said, especially from 2 players that we all know that this MVP race is only 2 players. Well, not only 2 players, but 2 players stand out the most. And I'm going to talk about these 2 players, and I'm going to obviously give you my pick on who I think should win the MVP. Now, the MVP, if you don't know, is the most valuable player whoever during the regular season. Let's just get that straight. This is the most valuable player during the regular season. So I know a lot of people get that confused. They go and try to say that, Kawhi Leonard should have been the MVP like last season. But Kawhi Leonard did have a great season, but he did turn up in the playoffs. So that's why a lot of people may say that he should have won MVP. But he did get his finals MVP, but he was never the regular season MVP. Yeah, so this is a regular season award. This is just what a player does from game 1 to game 82. And most of the time, if we're gonna be honest, I think LeBron should be the MVP every single year, just because he's the most consistent player, he's the most dominant player, he's the most efficient player. Well, not okay, I won't say most efficient, but he's always in that top 5 for most efficient player. But he's just all around has been consistent throughout his whole entire career. And I think people take him for granted just because he's put up those numbers or he's put teams in a position to win so often that it always gets overlooked. And I understand that. And then it should go to the next man. So I definitely understand why he only has 4 MVPs when he should have like 7 or 8, if we're going to be honest. Like legit 7 or 8 MVPs should be in LeBron James' trophy case right now. But yeah, this season has been one of the better seasons in the NBA, one of the more competitive seasons I've seen in a minute. And that's something that the NBA has been lacking, for a little bit now. And the 2 players, we all know LeBron is obviously one of them. He has had a unbelievable season, especially stepping into year 17. And then we have Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is arguably the best regular season player in basketball. Him and James Harden, you can go back and forth with those 2 players, but these 2 players are he's arguably the best player in regular season basketball. And the season that Giannis is having is something we haven't seen since Shaq. Somebody that can put up 30 points almost 14 boards, 6 assists, 1 block, 1 steal. I mean that, and then have a PER rating, which is player efficiency rating, of 31.7 and that's for first in the league. Oh my goodness. And he's averaging career highs in legit almost everything. I mean, he tied his career high with assists, got a career high in rebounds, got a career high in points. And he's leading this Milwaukee team. I mean, they're obviously a clear-cut favorite in the East. And they have the best home record at 28-3. They have the best overall record in the NBA at 53-12. And Milwaukee just looks like it's their time right now, especially in the Eastern Conference. I mean, I just don't see another team competing with them. They have the first seed, and that's on lock. They're probably going to have the number 1 seed for the entire playoffs. Can't even say that because that doesn't even matter because we're going to the bubble now. But nah, all jokes aside, Milwaukee probably will finish off with the best record in basketball, and we have to take a lot of these things into consideration when looking at MVP. I mean, this is a regular season award, and if we're going to talk about the regular season, Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks are the best regular season team. And I can keep listing off stats for you. They have the best point differential. They beat their opponents by an average of 11.2 points a game. They score the most points in the league at 118. I mean, they're just a great team put together. I mean, they have a really well-rounded team. And most of their losses came from the Western Conference. They have a 34-5 conference record, and coming from the East, I mean, the East has stepped up, but still significantly weaker than the Western Conference. And we see these things we've seen this throughout history. I mean, we're going to always knock, especially like these past 10 years, we're always going to knock the top player out the East or the top team out the East just because they came from the East. And I will say, I mean, that does have to count. I mean, if we're going to compare the two, LeBron has had much more competition. He's had a tougher schedule, everything, but I'm still going to continue on Giannis, though. No, I mean, if we're going to look at this thing, Giannis, I mean, he's a great player. I mean, he makes his teammates better. He has a handful of shooters at his disposal. I mean, literally, if you need shooting, Milwaukee has got you. And that's what, I mean, you get that star player, put shooters around him, and and he's going to have an MVP season, and that's exactly what Giannis has done. And I just see nothing but great things from Giannis. I think that he's a tremendous player, but I mean, he did win it last year, and we have to take that into consideration. And he could be. I will say the media might vote Giannis. I will say this: the media might vote Giannis as the MVP, but that's just not my opinion. I'm gonna have to school you guys real quick on my guy LeBron. But no. Before I close out on Giannis. Like I said, Giannis is a great player. A lot of organizations didn't see the potential in Giannis like Milwaukee did. Milwaukee came and drafted Giannis back in 2013, and he was just a scrawny little kid from Greece. I mean, but he had a lot of upside. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first started seeing him play, especially in his rookie year, I definitely saw the potential that he could be an all-time great. But to this level, and I will say he has exceeded all of my expectations as an individual player. But yeah, he's just on a whole nother level. Like he is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like he is the man, and he's kind of gotten away from that nice guy mentality on the court and turned really into a monster on the court. And excuse me, it's really paid off for them. It really has. I mean, and hopefully they can make a title run this year. I'm not going to say they're going to win it, but hopefully they can make a title run this year and make some noise and put on for the city of Milwaukee, because they really need it right now. I mean, the media, I will say this, the media will probably give the MVP to Giannis Antetokounmpo. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Giannis for MVP. But the real who I think should win, and this is not even me just being a huge LeBron fan. This is just me being real. I mean, if we look at everything that LeBron has done this year, he is no doubt in my mind, that he should be the MVP. I mean, we're talking about a guy who is 35 years old, 6'9", 250, was drafted all the way back in 2003. I don't even remember what I was doing in 2003. But this guy LeBron has been the best player in basketball for the past 17 years. I mean, we all know that LeBron has, I mean, I won't say that he was the number one player, but he's always been in a conversation ever since he's been in the league. Ever since he has stepped into the league, he's always been in that conversation for top players. And I'm sorry, but ever since Miami days until now, he has been the number one player on the planet, no question about it, especially when it's time for the playoffs, because he is just on a whole nother level when it comes to the playoffs. But we're seeing a guy who has career averages of 27, 7, and 7. Who is averaging 26 points a game this season, a career high 10.6 assists, and 7.9 rebounds. Like, this doesn't get any better for a guy in his 17th season. No other player has put up these types of numbers in his 17th season. No other player has been considered the top player in the game in his 17th season. But no player has ever been this consistent, this motivated, and still this healthy in his 17th season. This season for LeBron this season will be historic no matter what happens, because he still proved that he is a top player in this game, if not the number one player in this game. He's proven so much. He's proven all the haters wrong. I know a lot of people wanted to see him fold, especially when he went down last season with those growing injuries. But yeah, a lot of people want to see him fold, but he literally came back and proved the whole entire world wrong. From media to homeboys talking in at the bar, at the club, just anywhere you would go, you would hear somebody saying, oh, LeBron, oh, he's washed up, oh, he's not going to return back to MVP form, oh, he's not going to lead this Lakers team to a championship. Last year was his best chance. But literally, he's proven everybody wrong. He has the best record in the Western Conference, which is a significantly more difficult conference. Literally 1 through 6 could be championship contenders. And you just and LeBron, I mean, you have to play your best every single night in the Western Conference, or you're just going to get blown over. I mean, it's just as simple as that. You're going to get blown over if you don't play your best every single night. And LeBron has been playing his best every single night this year. He plays so hard. And everybody was so concerned that, oh, he might run out. Oh, he doesn't have enough energy. Oh, it's this and that. But LeBron spends over $1 million on his body every year. And so he is built for this. His body can handle this type of stuff. But I know you can't defy Father Time. But if LeBron says that he can play, better believe that he can play, and he's going to play at an MVP level. And the way that, this is the crazy thing, like, he's kind of deferred this season to Anthony Davis, let Anthony Davis get his reps in, but he still has maintained to be the best player in the league while doing that, while still giving another player an opportunity to shine. And let's not even forget about, this is not even about Anthony Davis or anything, but LeBron just makes literally every one of his teammates better. And he has done that throughout his whole entire career. He literally makes everybody around him better. He gives an opportunity for players that may not even get, like, just to say if they were on any other team, they may not even be even a thing. I mean, we think about those Miami Heat days. I mean, Mario Chalmers, Norris Cole, Mike Miller, Shane Battier, all those guys probably wouldn't have gotten their opportunity to shine if they didn't play with LeBron. If they were on any other team, they might have just been washed away. But since they play, especially Mario Chalmers and Norris Cole, they had their best years with LeBron. I mean, and I'll talk about all of those guys. None of those guys are in the league right now. I mean, Shane Battier and Mike Miller got two different stories. They've been in the league forever, and they retired now. But Norris Cole and Mario Chalmers, those guys, I mean, they're playing overseas right now, but their time with LeBron, they look like they were great role players. And I'm not saying that they aren't great role players, but LeBron had that effect, and he has that, and it's called the LeBron effect. He makes literally everybody around him better. I mean, we seen Chris Bosh. I mean, we all nag on Chris Bosh, that saying like, oh, he was the worst player on the Big Three. But Chris Bosh was a hooper. If we go back and look, Chris Bosh, I believe that he had his best years in Miami. Maybe not statistically, but what he did to revolutionize the game and how he helped LeBron win those championships. I mean, he's really one of those original big stretch fours. And LeBron, and playing with LeBron has helped, because LeBron is a ball dominant player, and he needs somebody to, stay out on the 3-point, and he needs 3-point shooting. So Chris Bosh was always available for him. I mean, LeBron would dish out to the 3-point line to Chris Bosh. Oh, spot up, bang. He really, I mean, if we really think about it, Chris Bosh really helped revolutionize the game of basketball. And I just want to go and say that he's not taken for granted. I doubt he is, but I just want to get that off my chest as well. But back to this MVP conversation. LeBron, year 17, arguably the greatest player of all time. In my book, he is the greatest player of all time. Has accomplished so many feats. We're talking about a 4-time MVP, a 3-time champion, a 3-time finals MVP, played in maybe two of the biggest finals in NBA history, the 2013 NBA finals and the 2016 NBA finals. What a 16-time All-Star. What a 15-time All-NBA performer. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, all-defensive player. But I say all of that to say this, to say that he can still play at the same level. He may not be as explosive as he once was, but he is still LeBron James. He still can affect the game so much. And that's another thing. He has the biggest impact on a game that a player can have that I've ever seen. I'm going to go back to this, guys. I know I'm pretty young. And when I say I've ever seen, guys, trust me, I have done my research. I have watched old film. They really say you really have to be there to actually know it. But I can't help that I wasn't there. So all I got is YouTube videos and old NBA game films that I've consistently watched since I was maybe 11 or 12 years old. And I just don't I haven't seen another player since LeBron that can do all of these things and still do them at such a high level. And I'm talking about year 17. I know I said that about 1 million times in this podcast, in this episode right here, but I'm literally think about it, like year 17, you have the greatest resume in NBA history. Your resume is almost flawless. You've been to the finals 8 straight years, nine in your whole entire career. Out of 17 years, you've been to the finals 9 times. You've been to the finals 9 times in your 17 years. That is amazing. And to maintain your level of play for 17 years, is nothing compared. I'm sorry, it's nothing that you can compare to this. This has never been seen before. We're witnessing so much history from him. To still be the top player in the game is phenomenal. And that's why I say he's the MVP. That's why he will always be the MVP every year for me until he retires. And this is not me being biased. I'm just stating these facts. These are all facts that I've stated. I've just seen so much growth in LeBron. I mean, he looks so much more comfortable, and that's the thing. Like, he looks so comfortable playing the game now. He's looked more comfortable than ever, and he's just naturally having fun. And this has been probably, I haven't seen LeBron this happy playing basketball in not a long time, but I could tell like he's just purely having fun and just hooping. He's my MVP. He's my MVP. And I hope he does win it so he could take home that 5th trophy, so he can make his resume look even better, so there can be no argument on who the GOAT really is. And I hope he wins this 4th championship so there can be no argument on who the GOAT is. But guys, yeah, that's about it for this episode. I really appreciate you guys for taking the time out and listening. Again, episode 9. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys follow me on all my social medias accounts. They're all below in the description. Make sure to continue to stream my song Surprise. It's doing actually pretty good, actually. I'm surprised. No pun intended. But yeah, just continue to be great with your life, guys. I'm really excited to continue to do this podcast for you guys. Episode 10 will be out on Friday. Episode 10, oh snap. The first 10 episodes will be done by the end of this week. I am excited. That's a blessing, guys. That's a blessing. That's nothing but a blessing. I hope you guys have a great day with whatever you do. But guys, I will ask you one thing before I do cut this off. If you guys want to share this with, if you're listening to this, share this with literally everybody you know. Even if they don't like sports, just share it with them. Yeah, I just want to continue to grow and prosper. So guys, I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to listen to this podcast again. Ball with MTG episode 9. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, the rollie catch you by surprise. I put myself on the line, betting on myself 1,000 times. Promise I'm trying to get right. Yeah, the rollie catch you by surprise. Tell me how you really like it. Why them tears going down your eyes? I'm trying to make you my wife. Yeah, the rollie catch you by surprise. Tell me, is you really about that life? When you look me in my eyes. Yeah, the rollie, 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 rollie.